Hello, 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 hello. How you guys doing? I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. Today is my first stream. Today, I just want to take a little moment to actually talk to you guys. First, I just want to say welcome to the stream. I appreciate you guys here with me today. I appreciate you guys here with me today. Today, I want to take the time to actually talk about overcoming your fear. Overcoming your fear is exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me today. You know, but before I continue, I just want to say welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Jubens Vibe. This is something like I just doing everything over again. Before I jump to the topic, I want to say, talk a little bit about myself, who I am, why I create this channel. Yeah, the channel name is, Jubens Vibe. I'm your host, Jubens. That's why I call it Jubens Vibe. This channel, as you guys can tell, this is like a vibing channel where we're gonna be vibing, we're gonna be chilling, you know, we're gonna be doing a lot of different things. We're gonna talk about different topics, listen to good music, just having good conversation. And I'm looking for people that will interact with me. This is not just for me, this is for everybody. Anybody that want to talk, anybody that want to do anything, you are welcome to do whatever you want to do. You are welcome to say whatever you want to say. This is not just my community, this is our community. This is my first live, on my new TikTok channel. I just created that TikTok channel. I am multi-streaming. This channel is based on just chatting, having like a good conversation. I will be doing IOL in the future, but right now I'm gonna start as just chatting, and then the more I grow, the more thing I'm gonna add. Today, I want to talk about overcoming your fear. There's a reason why I choose that topic. Yeah, there's a reason why I choose that topic. Why did I choose to start my new, like just chatting as overcoming your fear? A lot of us, we have some kind of fear that we are going through that we're trying to overcome. Me, the biggest fear, welcome to the channel, everybody. If you haven't, follow your boy, depending where you are watching me, because I am multi-streaming. Why did I choose to start my new just chatting with the title Overcoming Your Fear? It's because I have been fighting with myself. I have been, you know, for some reason, like there's a fear in me that made me like uncomfortable to be in front of the camera and talk to you guys the way I'm talking right now. At first, I never used to be like that. I never used to be someone that have that fear, but for some reason I have it. Like for some reason for the past maybe like 2, 3 years, I have been getting afraid to welcome to the stream, Dave. I have been having this problem, this fear that's stopping me from starting my just chatting, for me to be in front of you guys right now talking. I don't know why. You know, I have been really afraid. Every time, you know, I tell myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna start today. I got in front of the camera, and then for me to click go live, I'm unable to go live. It's like something in me is holding me back from clicking go live. It's like this fear in me. I don't know where that fear come from. Hello, welcome to the stream. Don't forget to follow, share, like, and comment. It's depending on where you are watching me. That's my first live on TikTok. You know, yeah, it's just like I keep asking myself, why am I like that? Like, why am I allowing this fear? Hey, what up, Sarah? Why am I allowing this fear to stop me from just going live? You know, it's been happening like this for like 2 years. For me to just click go live and then like I'm doing right now, it took me a lot to actually be live right now, to be honest with you. It took me a lot to actually be live right now. I don't know why. I didn't used to be like that. I used to be the kind of person that, I can talk in front of 1,000,000 people, no problem at all. But I don't know what caused that fear in me. I'm talking to you guys right now. I'm nervous, to be honest with you. I'm talking to you guys right now. I am very nervous, but I told myself, I'm gonna go at it. I'm gonna go live today because my goal is to go live on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 1 p.m. Central USA time. You know, I want to stream like twice a day, but I'm gonna start like that. Like I said, this is like a new, this is like a new just chatting, channel that I just started today. I am using one of my old YouTube channel that's already set and go. That's already, like have 1,600 followers, already, accept for me to have ads and everything like that. But my TikTok, I just started the TikTok, the TikTok channel. So I'm just asking you guys to just help me grow this channel. It depends on where you guys are watching me right now. Help me grow this channel. You know, sometime I'm just gonna come live, just talk. Sometime I'm gonna have a topic. Sometime I'm not gonna have a topic. This is like a laid back thing. We're just gonna come vibe. I do have music playing. I don't know if you guys like this music, but I do have music playing. Welcome, Roland. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to follow, share, like, and comment. Gladly appreciate it. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have that problem. Me, I been having that problem. I know there's a lot of us we go to this, like that problem too. The problem can be like in a marriage. The problem can be like in a marriage. A lot of us we're going through this fear that, oh yeah, the second fear that I'm going through, it's relationship. That is my second fear. Relationship. I have been afraid to get into a relationship because your boy been single for a while. I had a very bad experience, on my last relationship. That kind of built like a fear within me to get into my next relationship. Hello, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to follow. You know, that kind of making it hard for me to jump to the next stage, to jump to the next relationship. That fear in me that thinking like I might end up getting hurt again. I know there's a lot of us we going through that fear. We're going to that problem too. And because every time like I meet someone and I'm trying to build something, with that person and stuff like that, if I see like any little sign, it could be like one little sign, you know, it could be like one little sign. One second. You know, it could be like one little sign that you might just show me like one little sign, and instantly I think that you're gonna hurt me, and then like I will end the conversation. You know, that's the second fear that I'm going through right now. Relationship, afraid to get into a new relationship because of my past experience. I'm not saying like I'm not healed. Don't get me wrong. I am healed. But for some reason, that fear is still in me. That fear is still holding me from moving forward. You know, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start my new life today with the topic overcome your fear. Because this is something like that I'm trying to overcome myself, to overcome my fear, because there's a lot of things. The first one that I just told you guys about, it's me getting in front of the camera and talk to you guys, because I always wanted to be like a live streamer that just do just chatting, talk to you guys. Like I said, this is not a podcast. This is like a church chatting stream. I'm gonna be sitting here talking to you guys. Sometime you guys gonna see me in the kitchen, outside. I will be doing IOL. I will be my goal is to travel in different countries to actually do my IOL and everything like that. But I just wanted to start like that. You know, most of the time you guys gonna see me sitting down, maybe having this background or different background. It all depend. I just have to start somewhere. The thing is, you just have to make the first step. That was my first fear, is to make the first step, to just go live. I have been trying to do this for since last year. Every time I stand in front of the computer, for me to click on go live, I have been afraid to click on go live. I have been afraid to go live. I never had that problem before. Never in my life that I had that problem. So, but for the past 2-3 years, I have been going through it. I don't know what built that fear in me, but I'm fighting it. You know, I'm fighting it so I can overcome it, because I will not be the public figure that I want to be. I will not be a popular streamer if I don't overcome that. You know, so I'm talking to you guys right now. My heart is beeping. To be honest with you, my heart is beeping hard. I do not know what caused that problem in me, but I know I will overcome it. Let me make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, good. You know, I know that I will overcome it. That's what I'm doing right now. I am overcoming it right now. I'm talking to you guys. I am live. Welcome, Jubie video. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to follow. I am multi-streaming. It depends on where you are watching me. I'm gonna ask you to support my channel. I won't be able to do it without you guys. I will not be able to make it to the level that I want to be without you guys. So that's why I'm asking you guys to help me out by follow, share, like, and comment, subscribe to all of my channel. I will gladly appreciate it. Yeah, but the second one is, my second fear is getting into another relationship. You know, getting into another relationship, trying to open my heart to somebody new. You know, getting into a new relationship. You know, 1 second. I got people asking me for my channel name so they can watch me live. Yeah, so, you know, to just like get everything going, just go live. Don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about, how long it's gonna take me to grow the channel. Don't worry about nothing like that. And the fear, it's getting like deeper and deeper, and I feel like in the back of my heart, the best way to overcome that is to just do it. I don't know what you are going through right now. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know what you're going through right now. I don't know, what fear that you have in you that you need to overcome. Everybody have something they are going through right now. Everybody have this fear that you have to face up. Some people, they afraid of nighttime. That's a fear that I used to have, but I overcome that many years ago. But as a grown man, can you imagine like a grown man in his 30 afraid of sleeping at nighttime by himself? You know? Can you imagine like a grown man, you know, can you imagine like a grown man in his 30 have to always have his television open for him to go to sleep? Can you imagine like a grown man in his 30, I'm not even gonna say in his 20, but in his 30, have to have maybe the window open, a little light, night light, and having music play just because he afraid? I used to have that fear. You know, I'm not gonna pretend that I never had those fear. I used to have that fear. I used to be afraid of being at nighttime by myself. I used to be afraid. I used to be afraid, first of all, afraid of going live, afraid of being in a relationship. But I used to be afraid of being in a dark. I used to be afraid so bad to the point that when I'm sleeping by myself, sometime when I was going through the process of overcoming that fear, I start turning off my TV. I start turning off my light, just so I can allow myself to go to sleep, just so I can allow myself to sleep in the dark to see what's gonna happen. I used to get sweat. I used to get sweat because I'm afraid. I used to have all those imagination. I used to have all those stuff coming to my mind. Oh, there's a monster in the closet. Oh, there's some kind of spirit watching me. That used to make me get sweat so bad to the point that I asked God, why am I like that? I said, why am I like that? For the people that know me, I'm from a country named Haiti. Does your neck hurt or Negro? Does my neck hurt or your Negro? No, I don't have no neck pain. I don't have no neck pain or none. Yeah, I don't know why you asked that question, but I don't. Yeah. What did you say? No, I was replying to your question. I was replying to your question. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, when I was going through the process of overcoming my night fear, it took me a long time. Don't get me wrong. Like the moment that I started, it took me like a few years so I can start getting comfortable of having my light turn off, my TV turn off. It took me like a good minute. Cause oh yeah, for the people that know me, I'm from a country named Haiti. Haiti, they don't have electronic 24/7. You know, sometimes they make you like stay like couple months without without electricity unless you have a generator, unless you have that system named solar power to actually have light within your house. Sometimes you might do years you have no electronic. When I was younger, I am still young. That's why I say younger. When I used to go like in my country, because I used to still have that problem, that fear in me. I used to be afraid. I used to have people like next to me laying down the bed with me just so I know that I have somebody next to me so I can be able to go to sleep. So I don't know what you guys are going through right now. That's why my topic today is overcome your fear. That's the title for today. But I'm just telling you guys my experience. I used to have people laying next to me for me to be able to go to sleep. I used to have little kids from the foster home that we actually have, having a lot of little kid like in my room, so I can know that I have people in the room, so I don't have to be by myself. That used to be so bad. That used to make me feel so bad. That used to make me feel like I'm dumb, like I'm stupid. What is going on with me? Like, why am I like that? Why am I allowing myself to have that feel? Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to follow, share, like, and comment. No offend. Oh, you're good. You good. You are not offending me. You're good. I don't get mad easy, to be honest with you. You know. Yeah, but if you haven't followed me, follow me. I will gladly appreciate it. I will follow you back. Yeah, so can you imagine like someone in his 30 have to have people in his bedroom, even if they don't sleep next to me? As long as I know there's somebody in the room with me, that will allow me to go to sleep because of that fear that I used to have. To be honest with you, I overcome that fear. Okay, I'm 38. I overcome that fear when I was 35. I was 35 years old when I finally overcome that fear. Overcome my night fear for me to go to sleep at nighttime. You know, not just young kid, little kid that go to this field, they thinking like they might be like a monster, in the bedroom. Yo, what up, Joseph? Welcome to the stream. You know, not just little kid. I know I'm not the only one that was going through that. I know there's people right now that's in their 50. They still have that fear. They're not able to go to sleep at nighttime. They're not able to go to sleep at the dark. Like they have to have a light open. They have to have a TV. They have to have like a night light. Right now I'm so comfortable. Right now I can have. Right now I do have a black curtain that block the whole window, just so I can have my light. So the sun outside don't like pop up and stuff like that. So every night I have that. I'm so comfortable right now. I feel so good. The day that I overcome my fear, I felt so good. I felt so good to the point that, you know, I can't find the right word. I felt so good. I overcome it without even knowing that I overcome it. Let me put my mic down. My mic kind of sound too loud. I overcome that fear. I didn't even know that I overcome that fear. It's just like one time I just go to sleep. I go to sleep fine. And then after like a few months, I said, hold up. Why am I not getting sweat no more? Why am I not thinking there's a monster like in my bedroom? There's a monster under my bed. Why am I not thinking about Somebody's watching me no more. What's going on? That's when I realized that I no longer afraid of going to sleep by myself at nighttime. At the age of 35. Can you imagine? So if you ask me what built that feel in me, let me tell you what, when I think about it, I did figure it out what caused that fear. For the people that know me, I am a US citizen, but I'm not an American. I wasn't born in America. I was born in a country named Haiti. When I was young in my country before I arrived in the United States at the age of 10, that means like I spent 10 years in my country. My brothers and my cousin and my friends, they used to make fun of me, not to make fun of me, they used to say things to me that get me afraid. Like I say, in my country, they don't have electronic 24. Right now, things are different now because, like the country is developing more. Even though, like, they still have, like people without no electronic, but most people now have electronic. Some people have generators, some people have solar power, some people have things like that. But during those times, things wasn't like that. Sometimes they might give electronic today, and you spend like 2, 3 months, there's no electronic. So they used to tell me like, oh, blah blah blah, because my grandma died when I was very young. My grandfather died from when I was very young. They said like they used to tell me like, oh, your grandma gonna visit you tonight. Your grandma gonna get you afraid. Your grandma, there's a monster, blah blah blah. So because of that, I grew up with that fear in me. I remember like when I was very young, for me to go to sleep, I had to wait for my other brothers to to go to sleep so I can be able to go to sleep. I used to lay under my brother so tight for me to be able to go to sleep. So they are the one that caused that to happen to me. They are the one that caused me to grow up with that fear in me, always thinking like dead people are gonna visit me, always thinking like there's a monster in my bedroom, always thinking all those crazy things because of what they did, you know, because of because of what they did. So me growing, even though I came like in the United States and I see there's like electronic 24/7. Your electronic never caught up unless you don't pay your bill. They will cut up your electric. Your electric. I still have that fear. I still have to wait for my brothers. When I was younger, I used to share room with my brother. You know, I had to wait for him to go to sleep. And most of the time, I had to have the TV on. I left the TV on. I go to sleep. Sometime when I wake up during the night and I find out the TV turned off, I turn it back on because of that fear. So everybody have a fear they are going through that they need to overcome. Like I told you guys, my first one, I was afraid to go live in front of, like I am live right now. And I told myself I need to overcome that. That's why, and then my second fear was I used to be afraid of getting into a relationship within 8 years. I used to be afraid of being in a relationship because I always think like, you know, the person gonna betray me. Because I'm someone when I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. Like you are the only one that's in my eyes. I don't care for nobody else. I'm the kind of person like when I'm in love very deeply, and to the point that God Himself say that I love that woman too much, more than him. That's how deep I go in love. I fell in love when I'm in love with someone. And I got betrayed from my past relationships. I got betrayed. That kind of built that fear in me, thinking like the next person gonna hurt me again. But don't get me wrong, I overcome that. Don't get me wrong, I overcome that. But I'm just telling you guys, I used to have that fear. And then my third fear is the night, going to sleep at nighttime. That was another fear that I was so happy that I overcome. Because I used to pray a lot. I used to ask for people to help me pray. I used to even fast myself about praying about it. I used to ask pastor to help me pray. But it took 35 years to get over that night fear. Right now, if I go to my country right now and there's no light, I have no problem. I can sleep at nighttime. I don't have to have my TV on. I don't have to have my light on. I just go to sleep, no sweat, no worry. I no longer hear that voice telling me, oh, there's a demon in my room. I no longer have that fear making me feel like someone is watching me. I don't care. Somebody can watch me all they want to. Demon can pop up my room all they want to. It's not gonna make me be afraid. Another fear that I used to have, I used to be afraid of dead people. I used to be afraid of dead people into the point that I remember, like, you know, when I was back in my country, when I'm going to school, because we walk to school for like an hour or something. Every time I see those, how do they call those vehicle? The vehicle that carry the casket when they go into the funeral. I forgot the name of those. Those vehicle and stuff like that. But every time I see those vehicle, I run away. If I'm going to that direction and I see the vehicle come, I would turn around and go to a different location. Cause I used to be so afraid even pass next to it. I remember like when my grandma died, when my father and mother died, how old was I? I probably was like 5 or 6 years old. I remember like when we was at the funeral, they wanted to take pictures because black people like their funeral is always long. You always gotta take all those pictures, and stuff like that. My father made me stand up in front of my grandma dead body. Her head was right there next to me. Like I say, I was afraid of dead people. Oh my Jesus Christ. I could have died. My heart was beeping so fast. I was so afraid. I was sweating. I was nervous. I couldn't look down because if I look down, my eyes gonna go straight to her. I was crying and nobody was paying attention with me crying and everything like that. You know, when did I overcome that? That was part of my night problem. That was part of when I overcome the night sleeping problem. I also overcome that fear too. And then with everything that's going on in my country right now, there's a lot of killing, a lot of dead people, and I'm seeing a lot of videos of dead people and stuff like that. That also helped me overcome that by looking at a lot of dead bodies. That might sound weird, but I forced myself to do it so I can overcome it, just like I forced myself to go to sleep at nighttime with no light, no TV turn on, so I can overcome it. Because sometimes you have to push yourself to the limit so you can be able to overcome that problem. If you don't, you will never overcome it. Like I say, a lot of us have something that we are going through that you may not want people to know about, but you are going through it, you know? So dead people was my, fourth thing that I had to overcome. You know, I used to be so awful, even in movies, even though like I know movies are fake. When somebody died, I used to look away just so I don't see the dead body. In the news, if there's like a news, sorry, they're talking about somebody dying and stuff like that. I used to, even though like they cover the dead body, I always look away because I don't want to see the dead body. But now I don't care. Somebody can die next to me. I would touch the body. I would stand next to you. I would stare at the body, dead body. I will be okay, just fine. But doing those process of overcoming those problems used to be hard. I used to cry. I used to get sweat. I almost had heart attack so many times. I remember like in 2011, I believe, 2010 to 2011. I was working at a company named Hospice. You know, if you guys know what is hospice, hospice is the place when you're about to die, they send you so you can wait for your time to die. So inside a hospice, people die all the time. I used to work there. I used to be the one that's in the front office when people coming in to see their family member, when family member come in, check them in and everything I did. The same time I was managing my small business, I was also doing that. And I was the one that when someone die, I have to go inside the room with the family member, with the staff, because I was like a security, to make sure that they are not taking nothing personal from the dead body. Like some staff, they would take your watch, they would take your earring, anything gold, anything valuable, they would try to take it. So my job was to go inside the room with the staff, observe them, make sure like they ain't taking nothing. And then when the funeral home people come to pick up the dead body, my job was to go downstairs, open the door for them, stand up in front of that car that I used to be afraid. Because in that moment I was still afraid. I couldn't even do it. But I had no choice because they're paying me to do the job. When I had to go inside the bedroom, I just stay outside. I say, like just go in and do your thing. I used to be afraid to even go in. Can you imagine? Back then, I was like in my 20s. You know, back then, I was in my 20s and stuff. I stood outside, let them do what they have to do. When they're coming out with a dead body, I just turned my back. And staff used to tell me, like, oh, there's ghosts. Sometimes, like, we see ghost people, like those bodies and stuff like that passing by. And I said, what? They say, yeah, there's like ghosts. Can you imagine? Like, I used to work the overnight shift. I used to work from 11 p.m. to 7 in the morning. And I have to do my patrol around the building. And man, I used to go through a lot because of those fear that I had to overcome. You know, my other fear that a lot of people might be going through right now, used to be afraid of not being successful. A lot of people is going through that right now. You're afraid that you won't be successful. Let's say that you have like a business that you're trying to do, you're in the process of doing. Instantly, you're afraid that you're afraid to fail. You don't want to fail. You want to be successful, but you're afraid that you will not be successful. That fear will put um that fear will hold you back, will cause you not to be successful because you're already thinking that you won't be successful. That's why right now I tell people like to talk about faith, have confidence of yourself. Believe that you have it without even have it. That's what I tell people now. But back then I used to have that fear. If you ask me what caused that fear, I don't know. I don't know. Until this day, I don't know. It's just something that I was afraid of. All the other fear, I know what caused them, but that right there, I don't know what caused that. You know? But a lot of people are going through it, even this day. Even millionaires are still going through it. Even though like they have millions of $1 million and they have multiple companies that are very successful, if they if they starting like a new company, a new business, they have that fear. They instantly have that fear that they're afraid to, no, they're afraid to lose. They're afraid that the business not gonna be successful. So we need to overcome that. I already overcome it. You know, because right now, my mindset right now, I can do anything. By the grace of God, with God backing me up, I can do anything. This is not a Christian talk show, but I am a Christian. I am gonna put God when I talk. You know, the way I think right now, if I'm doing something and then I end up not being successful at it, I just say, well, it wasn't God's will. I just move on to the next one. I would not allow that to make me feel bad. I would not allow that to make me feel discouraged. I would not allow that to stress in me because a lot of us we stress a lot. You know, if I'm in a relationship and then the relationship doesn't work out, I'm not gonna feel bad because I promised myself I would not cry for no woman. It's either you wanna be with me or you don't. I'm not gonna cry for you. I'm not gonna stress for you. You want to be in my life? Be in my life. You don't want to be in my life? You move away. I'm going to say, well, it was nice knowing you. Thank you for the 3 months. Thank you for the few days. Thank you for the year. Thank you for the 2 years, whatever time we spent together. I'm going to just tell you thank you for it. And I just move on. Because a lot of us, we allow things like that to stress you so much that you're not able to focus on your future. You're not able to focus on things that you want to do because you're thinking about something that happened. The number one thing that helped me, I'm just saying that maybe that might help you guys that watching me right now. The number one thing that helped me, that happened, I started being like that 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Every midnight, when you go to sleep, you are living, when you wake up, you start a new life. You start a new life. You no longer living the life that you was living the day before. So you shouldn't be thinking about the day before. You shouldn't be thinking about tomorrow. Right now, my mindset is only focused on today, the present, the current life I'm living right now. That's my life. I don't care about what's gonna. I don't think about tomorrow. I don't care what happened yesterday. If there's like a important things that that's that I was supposed to do the day before, I didn't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it the day, my current time right now. But problem, relationship problem, argument, and everything like that, I don't think about those stuff. The moment 12 o'clock, 12 p.m., like midnight hit, I'm living a new life. You are living a new life. You shouldn't be thinking about the life before. You shouldn't be thinking about, oh, my girlfriend hurt me, my boyfriend hurt me, my husband hurt me, my wife hurt me. You shouldn't be thinking about like, man, I didn't do this thing, blah, 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 blah. When you go to sleep, you wake up, just say like, you know what? I'm gonna make today better. Today will be a better day. I'm gonna make sure everything I didn't do yesterday that I was supposed to do, I'm gonna do it today. So don't let it stress you. You know, that's why right now, if I had like an argument with someone today, I will make sure that I don't go to sleep mad. I'm gonna try to resolve the problem. If the person don't want to resolve the problem, I go to sleep and I wake up tomorrow. That's gonna be Thursday. I'm not even gonna think about what happened the next day or the day before. You might come to me saying, "Oh, we need to talk about what happened yesterday." Blah blah blah. I'm gonna tell you what happened yesterday. You might think like I'm gonna wake up mad. You might think like I'm not gonna talk to you. You might think like I'm gonna get upset. And then you wake up, you seeing me laughing. I'm laughing, I'm joking with you. Hey, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And you're gonna get confused. You're gonna say, huh? Did you forget what happened the day before? I'm gonna say, what happened the day before? Did you forget that we was arguing, we was fighting? Even if you had slapped me, I would not think about it. I'm not saying like, I forget what happened. It's just like I don't think about it. The reason why I don't want to allow that stress in me. You know, there's people until this day, they are 60, 70, 80 years old. They are stressing about something that happened to them when they was 5, 6, 7, 10 years old. They still stressing about it. They still holding grudge on their maybe their parents did something to them when I was young. I remember I used to be a student counselor at a job court. Maybe you guys know what is job court. Job court is like a nonprofit program that they're giving people like a second chance. They're giving kid that have bad behavior. They in jail. They teach them career. They teach them nurse. The one that want to be a nurse. The one that want to be, like they just teach them like skills. They help them get their life together and everything like that. So I started as a security and then I got promoted to a student counselor because every kid in that school, even the adult, because they have younger and they have adult, they look up to me. I always make sure that I am a good role model wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. People always look up to me. God created me to be a leader, not a follower. I am not a follower. I don't follow people. You might be doing something good. I look up to that, but I'm not going to follow you. You know, I'm going to take that good thing in you, add it to my good thing, and then continue to be a leader. You know? So I met a lot of kids. The problem they had that they needed to overcome is something that happened to them when they was very young. A lot of them had PTSD, anxiety, depression. A lot of them been to jail multiple times. A lot of them, like they was selling drugs, they was doing prostitute, there was like a prostitute, they was doing a lot of things, men and women. When they see me, oh, Mr. Gene, they used to call me Mr. Gene. Oh, Mr. Gene, glad to see you. Can you imagine, like, when I'm off, when they having that behavior, they have to call me? They say, hey, hey, we need you, we need you. Like, you are the only one that can calm those kids down. They need you, they need you. So I had to get up, take my, put clothes on. If I had to take a shower, I take a shower, go to the school, calming them down, like talk to them to calm them down, because I am the only one that can calm them. I am the only one they listen to. So there was like a few of them. God used me to help them. There was one girl. She told me, I hate my mother. I hate my mother because of my mother. My life turned upside down. And I said, how old are you? She was 27 years old. She said, man, I hate my mom when I was 5 years old. She did this to me. She left me. I had to struggle. She was a drug addict and everything like that. I didn't grow up with a good mother. My dad wasn't around. I hit my daddy too. I hit everybody. If I ever see them, I'm gonna kill them. And I said, huh? One thing that I told them, a lot of them say the same thing to me. The same thing that that girl told me, a lot of them say the same thing. They're going through that same problem. And I always tell them, for your mother, especially your mother, take one thing. There's one thing that should make you be able to forgive them. And they say, what one thing are you talking about? And I say, think about it. She carry you for 9 months. Some of you maybe 8 months, maybe 6 months. Even though she was selling drugs, she was doing all those crazy things, she agreed to carry you. She carried you for 9 months. She raised you when you was very young. Yeah, there was a point in time she stopped doing it, but she gave you life. She could have having like a miscarriage. She could have taken something to kill you, to remove the sperm, to remove the eggs, to have a miscarriage. She could have decided that, you know what, I'm not ready to be a mother, but she didn't do it. She carried you. And she raised you maybe for like 1, 2, 3 years until you turn 5, 6. Things start changing. She's no longer around. She start mistreating you. You know, she don't give you the thing that you want, that you need, blah, 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 blah. But take that one thing and forgive your mother. And then like they say, oh, why should I do it? Why should I do it? And I say, okay, you see the way you are right now? You're stressing, you're having anxiety, you're having PTSD, you having problem, you know, what do you think your mom and your daddy are doing? They're having their fun. They're traveling. They're living their life. They're not even thinking about you stressing. They're not even thinking about, they may not even know like they did something to you when you was very young. They're living their life right now. They're chilling. They're cheating to the point that they don't even think they have a child. And then you are right, you're 27, 28. Some of them are 22, some of them are 16, 15, 19, 18. And I said, like, you guys are stressing. One guy told me, man, if I ever see my dad, I'm gonna beat this man up. They say disconnect, we connect. What happened to my this, man? Yeah, what happened to my OBS? My OBS got, oh, I apologize. My OBS just disconnect. Now it connect back over again. Hopefully everything okay. Let me make sure everything okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but my OBS got disconnect and we connect back over again. Yeah, so and I told them like they are living their life and you are stressing. You are not able to move forward. You are not able to be the person that you want to be in life because you are stressing about something that happened to you when you was a very little girl or very little boy. You know, a lot of them took my advice. At the same time, a lot of them they choose not to take my advice. And I heard they went back to jail after they graduate from the program. They start doing stupid thing again. They go back to jail. Yeah, so I heard they went back to jail. They doing all this stuff, blah 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 blah. But the one that took my advice, they sent me like a friend request on Facebook. They say, "Hey, Mr. Gene, it's me. Remember me?" And I say, "Oh, let me figure it out." When I click on their profile and I say, "Oh yeah, what's going on? Long time no see. It's been few years." They say, "Yes, because of you, now I have my dream career. I'm married. I have kids. I am healed. I no longer think about what my parents did to me. I no longer think about what had happened to me. I overcome that fear. I let my past go and everything like that." I said, "Man, congratulations. I'm so proud of you." You know, they choose to change because nobody can help you overcome that. You are the only one that can, you know, help yourself overcome that problem, you know? So I hope that my topic today help you guys. I'm keeping this short. I'm keeping it 1 hour because I just started. I just started this just chatting stream. That's my first day doing that. So I'm gonna keep it short. Like I said, my goal is to go live Wednesday to Saturday at 1 p.m. No, yeah, 1 p.m. Central Time. Right now it's 1:57. You know, you guys should know what time that you guys have right now, the one that watching me. I am multi-streaming. I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitch. I am multi-streaming. So wherever you guys are watching me, don't forget to follow, subscribe, share, like, and comment. Help me grow this family, help me grow this community, because without you guys, I would not be able to grow the community. But with you guys, I will be able to grow the community. Once again, welcome to the channel. It was a pleasure to talk to you guys today. It was a pleasure, like to talk to you guys, telling you guys about my experience, telling you guys about my field, telling you guys about, like things that I had to overcome. Maybe you guys having the same experience, or you had the same experience, so it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It will always be a pleasure. So I will see you guys tomorrow, same time tomorrow, 11 p.m. Central USA time. Once again, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the page. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the vibe. My music was playing. My music stopped. You know, my music stopped for some reason. I don't know why the OBS got disconnect. I'm going to have to check so I can make sure that I don't have that problem again. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the follow. I still have 2 minutes. I'm gonna make it to 1 hour. So I'm gonna talk for like 2 more minutes because I wanna make sure like I keep it to 1 hour. Sometime I will be going more than 1 hour. Like I say, I just started. So like you gotta take things, like step by step, day by day, you just gotta do it like that. So whatever you guys are going through right now, whatever field that you guys are going through right now, always know you're able to overcome it. Do not allow the past stop you. Do not allow any fear stop you from doing the things that you want to do in life. If you're afraid to get into a relationship like I used to, get over it. If you're afraid that you're gonna fail and you stopping yourself from pursuing your goal, your business, get over it. Don't think negative. Always think positive. Always put like in the back of your mind that you're able to do anything with God help, anything that you put your mind to. Never put like in your mind, oh, I cannot do that. I'm not gonna be able to do it. There's no point to do it. Don't think like that. Because at the moment you think like that, you will allow that to happen because our word is powerful. The thing that coming out of our mouth is very powerful. You know, always speak negative. Oh, I'm sorry. Always speak positive. Always speak positive, not negative. Always know that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Always know that you are not a failure, you are a winner. Always know that you will always be successful in everything that you put your mind to with God help. Like I said, this is not a Christian show. I do have a Christian show, but this is not it, you know. But I gotta put God in everything that I do. So it's 1 hour. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys that have been watching me. Follow, share, like, and comment. Well, gladly appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you so much.